Hey, welcome back, Rankers. How you doing? Sorry there's a bit noise in the background. Of the 3D printer is printing a few brackets for a few things around the studio. How's your traffic at the moment? A lot of people are saying traffic's down. And we're seeing it reflected in stats as well. And you're thinking, geez, what could be going on? It's across the board. Seems to be an organic. Seems to be, well, just about everything. Impressions are down. Even when you go and have a look at, actually, go and have a look at your Google Search Console and see if you're seeing any downward trends in searches for your own brand. So if you go into Search Console and you go to the performance area and you filter by query, just your brand, and then look at it over, say, a period of 90 days so you can see the pattern and see if you can see anything like this. So what I'm looking at here is we're looking at the last 12 months in Australia only, and I've got the Prime Minister of Australia as a search, I've got the federal election as a search, and JB Hi-Fi, which is a large retail brand in Australia, Harvey Norman, same, and David Jones, same. David Jones is not just a mate, okay? So, in this search you can see, okay, well this is Christmas, presumably. Yep, Christmas, Boxing Day sales, all that sort of thing. Then down here, we have a thing going on right now called a federal election. And if your traffic is down, then blame the politicians. I used to think it was a bit of a myth when retailers used to say to me, and I've been working with retailers since I was a retailer in the late 80s, right? So I've spoken to a lot of retailers in that time. And there was always this thing, federal election, sales are going to be down, everything's down, buildings down, everything's down. And I thought, yeah, but online, surely that's a bit of a cop-out. Surely we can find the traffic. But when you go and have a look at graphs like this, and what we're looking at specifically here, and we'll zoom in on this in a second a little bit more, is you can see the federal election is announced here. And then for some reason, and this is the bit that I don't understand because I don't follow politics at all, it kind of makes me throw up a little bit in my mouth when I think about it, actually, if I'm honest. But when I have a look at this and I see it's, we've got the federal election called, and then we've got this uptick in retailers and searches for their brand. So if this is happening to you, you might be noticing some odd patterns because then on the week of the 21st to the 27th of April, someone else can tell me who follows politics, what happened then? I don't know, honestly. And I haven't investigated. We've seen interest in the federal election go up, this is our red line, and we've seen searches for the major brands go down. So when we go and have a look at this a little bit more granularly, let's have a look. We'll go 90 days. Now, here's the federal election called here. And you can see here we've got these lovely patterns of brand searches which seemed fairly consistent, right? And then we've got a little bit of buzz about the Prime Minister maybe calling a federal election around here. And then from that period, when he does that, we start to see these odd patterns. And here's this little uptick. Election gets announced, searches for brands go up. And then as soon as we see this searches for the federal election go up, all the brands start crashing. I don't know why. It's like something happened where everyone went, there's a federal election? And because we don't care about it as much, I think, as a lot of people might think. But if I go and have a look at, say, even the last 30 days, it's just really odd. So there it is there. Searches or interest in the, as the loss in your retail sales is proportional to the interest in our federal election. Okay? That's the only conclusion I got. I've got no idea what else happened, but I just thought that's interesting. But I have seen a lot of clients, when you see some drops, you go and look at certain, and this is something you should do yourself to try to work out, did I do something wrong with the site? Are my rankings down? What's happening? Why am I getting less traffic from Google all of a sudden, or whatever source it might be? You might think it's just Google. You might just see sales are down. Go and check, all your paid, your direct traffic even, because that's a good indication. If your direct traffic is down seasonally, that can be something to look at as well. And they can often be indicators that people are actually just not buying at the moment. And this is especially true if your brand starts to drop. And I would suspect right now sales are down for those major retailers. So if you're in the same boat, don't start pulling your hair out, because you'll look like me. And we'll see you next week. See you at Retail Global. Don't forget, check out retailglobal.com.au. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye.